every morning. And that time is the Ruiz is a small city. The Rodin, the artist Rodin was living at the Calais. Near here, the Ruiz through the door, the channels. The Rodin is the visiting the Ruiz in England. They good friend each other in Rodin and Ruiz of the sculptors. Before that, yeah, okay, before that, the Rodin is the donation of the keys of the sculptures, marble sculptures, to the Ruiz. But the Ruiz people doesn't like it because it's too much of sexual. That time is Tate galleries really like it, they keep it. And after most of the around the 90s, they realized that is quite important sculptures in Greece. The Greece people want to get to in city. So that's why they make an exhibition to the return to the Greece, the keys of sculptures, anniversary of the sculpture exhibitions, outdoor exhibitions. 97, they invited me. So they know about my old sculptures, very elongated sculptures. Those are the Japanese sculptures. So that is not easy to the exhibition in London because I have no, property of space because crowding the streets and making big noisy. Not easy to make a sculpture in London. But fortunately, my studio is very downstairs of the boiler system, boiler as the storage, basement. So it was very small, and just one door is just locked. The iron door is just broke everything. That's why I can crop the steel for 3 months there. So I made 3 pieces of the elongated sculptures in the loose outdoor sculptures. But during the exhibition, they telephoned to me, your sculpture is disappeared. So someone took it. So I lost my sculptures. That is the right instance of my disappeared sculptures. So after back to my studio, where is my sculptures? But very, very sensitive feelings, flow of many powder of my steel powder with the dust. It's like in after war, many digest get together. So they are asking me, don't worry about it. You lost the sculpture, you can find it instead of my steel powder. They say to me something like powder. It is starting my work. So dust powder from the iron. It is unripened powder. It is starting to my work from here to calligraphy and plant or something other. Start.
Awesome. I love how he actually developed without just panicking when he lost his pieces. He actually developed it, looked for something new, for another opportunity that he actually took it, and now he's here with his powdered artwork. That's really amazing to hear. Let's move on to the second question. How does the act of drawing with metal compare to the act of drawing physically with the pencil?
You mean the actual, I really couldn't understand, what you said again? No, okay. Right, act drawing on the drawing, I see, right. Right, after they roast my sculptures, naturally the dust of powder, it is, very literally understand to make, calligraphy. also the other things to like landscape. This landscape, it is what I say, it makes by powder. Powder, it is calligraphy of the mountains, the view of the horizontal view is landscape. But anyway, my work is just start my work is old work is a sculpture, and I'm really disappointed of mine to make form, which is in the modernism artistic forms. It's too much very hard speaking now. And I'm really because it's dangerous speaking is about the history things. So what I acting drawing things, it is I'm really the former of the art. It is I'm really disappointed when I studying at the university. That's why all these things I'm thought about already art is being created. So what is the important things? It is acting. It is important. That's why I'm starting to work. It is I made a ship. I put. It is my graduation of the art piece. That is enough of my work. I cannot make the forms. So that is naturally, after the 97, this connection to I lost my form, I lost my sculptures. So before I'm just think of important things is carving steel. That is activity work, activity things. So first I put of my sheet, and I'm drawing the steel. I'm melting metal. I have two things. Old piece is just in the before carving the steel, I'm melting the steel, and then I'm melting the steel, and then pour the floor, and then standing again. That is on the sculptures. So and after that, I'm carving the steel. So that is all things that they get together of things is activity of my doing things. That's in the form of the by force, just naturally coming out from my body.
Thank you. It's a very interesting way of comparing physical drawing and drawing using the metal.
Yeah, it's right. It's right. What I understand is right.
Yeah, instead of just putting in the box of the formal education of art, we actually moved on, developed it on your own.
Yeah.
It's really nice to hear. For your creative work process, I can hear a lot of people questioning how long does it take and what kind of mindset or thinking process that you're doing while you're working on each individual pieces. So what would you say, can you just walk through your creative process from start to end?
Yeah, it is sometimes when you're asking of someone, sometimes how explaining is that easy? Because means the book say someone asked you how long did you take in your piece? Yeah, means say now I'm just deciding, I'm just watching out, but they say, oh yeah, 62 years. That's true. That's true. Yeah, I'm 62 now. I'm open to my age, I'm saying. Yeah, that is, the how to understand to make art. Recently I'm more deeply understand by myself. What is visual artist? Visual artist, we have in the human society, from the ancestors far away, they starting to human society together. There times we just share it the emotionally understand each other. That natural coming out, what kind of seed? It is poem. It's a poem. It's what I really understand is someone asks what you do. I'm just a visual poet. I'm visual poet. So now I'm just how making a good poem. All the times I think about sometimes now basically using the iron powder. It is very natural come to me. Already I talked to you. I lost my phone. That's why I got into dust of the iron powder. That is starting to calligraphy and poem and painting. So Oriental traditional, spiritual understand to the artist. They definitely they have to do three things. Those are poem and calligraphy and paintings. We are saying 시서화. That's all the times get together. Not painting, not calligraphy, not poem. These get together. This is in a way the human, the philosophy understand each other with the emotion things, with the natural. So after they lost my phone, very unhappy that times because my sculpture is gone. But the other side, I'm very lucky man. Get another layer. That's why what I say, ex-sculptors. So I've made a book, published a book, the title is Ex-Sculptors. So, when I studied in the university, art is already the creator. This is I'm still unbelieving. So, what is the artist? What is the art? What is the artist? Who is the artist? So now I'm the ex-sculptor, meaning I'm searching for unfamiliar, undefined, something like searching for like this. I don't know. I'm searching for new. No, I don't want new. There is no new one. Unfamiliar, undefined. That's true. This is my opinion.
Thank you so much. Let's move on to the next one, something that you want to tell the audience through this exhibition. What do you hope viewers to take away from this exhibition, Rust and Renaissance?
Oh, yes. Yeah, all the time, the poet, all the time they, what is the title? Or what is good thing about my poems? So this time is a divine comedy, and Rust and vigilance. It is also, we talked to the gene, the post gene. Many, I sent to text about my works for this, and the gene is vigilance, Rust and vigilance. Also, we thought about the divine comedy, something like this. Why divine comedy is a big title? It is really big title. but I like to make that point. Divine is naturally followed from the comedies. So someone, so Dante is already, wrote that the comedies, but who the other, after some 100 years, someone, I forgot, someone is put it to divine. That's why divine comedies. So the rest of the meaning is iron. Iron is a human history of the big materials. We have already iron inside the body. How do you know? Friend of my friend who is one day he showed to me this very small can, very small can. There is the powder, the red color powder. So he showed me, oh yeah, this is my powder, he gave me. But he said, this is my bloody. Yeah, they kept the bloody and then dry and then grinding, exactly same in my iron powder. I really was almost surprised. That is, we are all getting the iron powder in my body. Yeah. So, one day I'm just, collecting my blood and make powder, and to my painting is too strong. That's why I'm just be patient. Anyway, is a divine comedy by iron powder. That's true or not. That's it. So, in the story of the divine comedies, the poet, the name is Perseus, I think. He teaching the way of when he wrote, the most of the ways in dark roots. Then the poet, teaching the way of to go there, this way was their days. That's why they starting to the, hell of under the list to go to heaven. That is way to go to further. I told you about my story of the lost my sculptures. I lost my way of to go further. So now is what is your goal? What is your destiny? I have no destiny. I already mentioned about unfamiliar or undefined. That is what I want to go. That is so the lost my sculpture, lost my form. That is really I have in mind to make my poem. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Even in Korean, it's not easy.
Thank you. So one day, once you see the red color powder artwork, you can kind of guess that he uses blood, right?
That's true.
All right, moving on with the similar questions, but a little bit different. So through this exhibition, we have a plan series, we have maps, we have nice textures, and you gave them a specific name, like Free Plan, Mind Map, The Lovers, and etc. Is there any specific reason why you gave those specific names?
Yes, sometimes each of the art piece need the title. But honestly, and as an artist, honestly speaking, I don't need title. It's showing, exposed to the other people. Because I'm just a poet. Just get feeling, just get feelings. But I'm just helping people to understand to But the many plant, what I, there is mentioned the big title is Fe. It is the chemical Fe, yeah, symbol, yeah, Fe, yeah, Fe, and then the plant, Fe plant. This big title. Because Fe, Fe definitely, Fe from where? From the earth. But plant is based on the earth. They stand with the root to find the river, water. So those are two paintings, very special painting in this exhibition. There is the cotton. The very linear, very delicate of the root. It is the United States river line. So there is the left-hand side of the dark of the iron powder of the mark on it. That is in the Great Lake. So that is exactly of the line of the geography. The river line in the United States from the Google map. I thought, yeah. So I was so interested when I drawing this one. Roots, think about the roots. They need water. Yeah, they looking for all the times water, water, water. But it is following to the river. River to the water, roots. So, and then growing up to what? That is cotton, white flower. So it is very big history south of the America. Without the river, cannot cultivate of the cotton. That times human bodies many pain. So when I drawing that one, I was so painful. So river and roots and tree of the cotton, that cotton white flower, white flower, that is wheat powder. So white powder, iron powder. That is quite a long time ago, 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago, I was PS1, that time I was a resident for 1 year, 2000 to 2003. I won an exhibition. Just one of my pieces, white powder and black powder. Two mountains I want to show you by pictures, photograph. But I asked to the PS1 creator. I wanted the photos white powder by cocaine, and black powder is my materials, iron powder. So I need cocaine. The creator say, "Oh my God, yeah, it's a law in USA." Yeah, okay. But it's, I don't want to eat it. I'm just take a photo. But even after your photos, the policemen catch you. So that's why after that, I'm just make a photo of the white powder and the black powder. Is what I say white powder. So what is this white powder? What is this white powder? So it's cocaine? I don't know. Is it salt? I don't know. It is sugar? I don't know. White powder is many powders. So anyway, just white powder, it is I'm so interested in the point of my work. Mountain, white mountain. And the other is black mountain. That is the mountain. Entrance of this exhibition, there is one mountain, that is black mountain. This is horizontal view of mountain. Is dummy of my poem of calligraphy is sweeping. That time is naturally coming up to one mountain. So the one mount in front of the round ball, the photograph entrance, that is poem ball, poem sphere. When I write down the floor after most of my sculptures, I'm calligraphing with the powder on the floor. And then that time I wrote about my performance of the sentence is how can I measure the biggest and smallest in the world? That is my main theme. So those are the two calligraphy works. That is main theme is how can I measure the biggest and smallest in the world? 이 세상에서 가장 크고 작은 잴 수 있을까라는 말을 하면서 that is, how can I measure the biggest and smallest in the world? It is, that's my theme, big themes. So, yeah.
Thank you. I think this is one of the reasons why the artist talk is really interesting, because sometimes we get to come here, look at the artworks, but just having to able to ask the question to the artist, what the artwork is for, and how he was able to make it, and what was his thought process while he was making it. It's really amazing to hear. Also, if he didn't tell us, then I would probably not know there was, the Great River of America. So that's also something that's really amazing to hear all here. Those are the couple questions we have, and now it's time for you guys. If you guys have any other questions for him.
Painting, and I think you generously use the surface for the disproportionately a lot of space for the root instead of the flowers.
Sure.
And there's you kind of explained to us, but could you explain about it?
Yeah, that question. Yeah. In a plant, wild plant, also that is important. And then naturally, human of eye view, it's not easy to find the root part because all the time underneath the roots. So roots, it is, I have studio in Seoul, another studio in desert of Atacama in San Pedro and Chile. So I'm many times over to the Chile of Atacama. In really the calm place, desert. So sometimes I'm just walking through the desert and I found a very small plant in there. One day I'm digging to take into my space. But all the times I'm fail because the desert plant, the root is so long inside. I'm a small plant. With my idea, you're very young. I can take it for your care in my size, in space. But they all the times, I lost the part of the root. So at times, slightly get interesting about the root. So the desert people say, far away the big tree, and here of the trees, they already connections inside by the root. They get so meaning of the underneath of the root. It is another very interesting about the roots. So that's why just many part of the root part. The growing up of the visually understand the plant or flower or some part. It's the on surface of part.
Also, when I see the root part, it's very similar to the blood thing.
Right.
Do you ever think about that? Kind of relate to iron and blood and what they
Sure. I had the exhibition that the Seoul was in the elevation, the title of the group show. that time the curator, are you interested about the iron powder? Please make the elevation of the part of the wall. So that time I'm just saying, okay, I'm making the line of the bloody line of human bodies by iron powder with the magnetics. Backside print magnetic and then just a line of bloody line. And with the iron, print iron powder, naturally they are sticky with the backside of the magnetic holding of these things. Also, you can find it in my wall piece of the downstairs. There's two people fighting to each other, loving each other. In the backside of the magnetics making holding of my iron powders. That's, that makes good sense too, So also the plant of the paint, plant of with the iron powder is also possible with the magnetic power when we get together. This will be make it. Can I explain one thing about the ex-sculptors? My body work is grinding steel, so grinding project. So most my sculptures, I have a long period of performance, so 27 days grinding steel for 8 hours per day. So that times I'm falling down, grinding the powder of the 110 kilograms, 120 kilograms, or around 120 kilograms. That 120 kilograms, it is another my landscape iron powders. So that making calligraphy and then other oriental, looks like oriental painting, yes, is 산수화. After that, I have done also studies in 2000. Before 2000, and then I went to the PS1. So PS1 was in a very good time because many artists get together, around 10 artists get each other country of the studio. China and France and Spain, the other Japan or something like that. 8 countries, maybe 8 or 10, in the one big building at the common room in the front of the side. All the times we are talking to make good things. That times I'm just when I was in PS1, I'm thought about our need of my project. So this is a grinding project. So the grinding project, I'm still unfinished, still going on. So there is 2 kind of work. One thing is carving steel work. 2 making tools, so cultivated tools, shoe or axe or something, I don't know. Those are 3 types of big standard of the tools to make farm. So one thing is taking the one tools is show, it taking 3 months to 5 months. So my plan was in 3 months of grinding steel in PS1, my studio. So I need money, but Korean council sponsor is not enough to me. So someone helped to my grinding project. But no, was my amount is quite big. But he couldn't get my what I want, the amount of money. But it's okay. I'm just started to my grinding project in PS1. It's a lot. I shouldn't be making a soundproofing space. I need it. And then put into around 500 kilograms of steel rolled bar. Put into space, in the soundproofing space in my studio. And then lastly, the big, very heavy steel put in there and then covered with doors, and then just grinding. So last day, the telephone to my load of my steel load is delivered to the truck, come to the downstairs workshop in PS1. I should be carried to the second floor of my studio, but at that times I have no big money, so that's why all things is do I have to my body with my assistant, 2 person to carry on to my studio, on the way to the very small layer there. So I'm just to push up the backside, and then my assistant to carry on. I'm back up to my assistant to carry on to the air. That time is the very small gaps drop down to hit my fingers. So that is I didn't know that is okay. Small damage, something like this. Now I'm holding my fingers, but okay, let's see. But disappeared one part. The screen. So 2003. So all everything's all stopped. In the ambulance came to the PS1, and I'm just the hospital in the ambulance, and I'm holding my fingers, and there is a treat of the very emergency treat, and yeah, that's it. So that is after that I couldn't do my grinding. That is stopped. I think the PS1 still got it to my 500 kilogram rope is still low because it's so heavy. It is totally solid. That's why I cannot move it. It is. So now I want to do making the project to continue to the might be in the future in the PS1 just grind into making a show in New York. That is what I wanted to do, the making project of the grinding to make a tool. After that, I want to make it grinding. What I say, carving the shells and grinding the tank. This is what I wanted to do in the future of the workplace. Like in the desert, or some Ukraine, or Iraq, or somewhere. I want to go there, and then they make a box, and they grind in the tank, and to make a landscape, to make powder. It's powder meaningful calligraphy and poem and painting. That is 시서화. It is our human spiritual understanding to each other. So when I started this project, I really am inviting all of the human in the world, from the world. I don't want to get I'm just grinding by alone. It's very alone. I want to get together to grind the tank. It's possible, even if there's no big skill, just 10 minutes of education of the grinding, it's possible. That's true. All together, this meaningful, the piece of the place, human piece of place, the grinding place, which is grinding place. So in the somewhere, where is like a spaceship station, very isolated space. So we need first getting there is by airplane, helicopters. But getting more, so we just make route to new place of the peace. So what I want to do in the future, I want to get together, all get together.
Kim, thank you for your speech. And I'm curious, you're using very organic shapes and calligraphy, like timeless things, and use this modernist shape of this box, like of the stem, and like this stem. And what's your relation with modernist culture? And is it thoughtfully made, like they are on top of the modernist shape, or it's random shapes?
You mean modern shapes, modernism art?
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Actually, about the art, so the history things from the far way to our ancestor of in cave art, created in cave, to through the Renaissance, and then we are saying after the Industrial Revolution, something the change of the big change of the art scene. We are saying modernism of art. Modernism of art, and what I understand, one thing is distortion. Standard was in the Renaissance, in the Greek. But getting near the 19th century, in the early 19th century, before the war, before the World War was during the World War, and that there is human understanding to the view of things, distortion things. So distorted things, I'm just denied. So right in divine comedies, it's a different way of the distortion. So that it really a big question to me, and that was I'm just really interesting. Also, I'm still confusing. I have no idea to the history of art. Only I'm disliking the distortion. That's why when I get into the university, they teaching of the sculpturing of the distortion of the changing forms.
Mm-hmm.
It is really I don't understand. That's why I make a shit. Teacher, professor, why you want to make it like this? Why you changing of shapes? Why from the change from the natural shapes? I couldn't understand. It's already in a big creative in natural forms. Why distortions? Distortions was meaning human intentions. What is the human intentions? So, bright shapes, this is, I didn't thought about any history of art of shapes. Just like, I want to make, the shape of the humans. I don't need the form, human of the activities. When I make these sculptures, just start of the amateur wire, just bending to the arm, and then the other arm is slightly bending. Definitely should be change of this arm. And then also leg, also the other part of the another human get together, they will be change of forms. It's what is the relationships? Looks fighting or looks loving each other? Only my intention is loving each other. But looks fighting. This is poem. If I make it a very sexual of the image of the make something this is explaining. I want to make poems. Poem meaningful, metaphor, understanding this, think of another layer, get together. Still we don't know about things. If I know about the conclusion, this is no art. I'm still not sure. Yeah, thank you.
Any more questions? have my personal question. While I was looking around and walking around that installation art there behind the audience, there's a different colors. I thought we were only using the iron, just the brown and black color.
Right.
But there's a part where it had purple and more reddish color.
Oh yeah, that is the eye of the view colors. This there is red and black. It is the conceptually understand of colors. But there is many change of colors. So red, also some paintings red color drop down. I don't know why. It's chemically they make it. I'm not sure. Also some colors looks very yellow, but the artificial yellow and artificial red is different. Okay. It's naturally when you get into the making colors, the human eye don't believe in your eyes. It's a fake all the times.